the town that vanished overnight, and the man who saw the future. A true, astonishing historical story. If I told you that an entire American town disappeared in a single night, leaving houses, streets, telegraph poles, and even half-finished meals untouched, would you believe it? Well, it happened. And it remains one of the most baffling real events in American history. The true story of Centralia, Pennsylvania, the fire that never stopped. On May 27, 1962, the people of Centralia, Pennsylvania woke up expecting a normal Sunday. The small coal mining town had just over 1,400 residents, tight-knit families, churchgoers, miners leaving for their shifts, children riding bikes down quiet streets. But underground, something ancient and unstoppable had already begun. That morning, a few volunteer firefighters went to burn trash in a landfill, a common practice at the time. They didn't know the landfill sat on top of an abandoned coal mine shaft. They didn't know that a simple spark would ignite a layer of anthracite coal stretching miles deep. And they didn't know that the fire they accidentally started would burn for more than 60 years. At first, nobody believed it. In the early weeks, the smoke rising from old vents seemed harmless. Locals joked about it. "It's just steam," some said. "The mine has always smoked," others insisted. But then the ground heated. Yards became warm to the touch. Strange sulfur smells drifted through living rooms. Children complained they couldn't breathe at night. The town council called in engineers who shrugged. The state government sent inspectors who left confused. The fire was spreading silently through a labyrinth of tunnels carved decades earlier, but no one understood the scale of what was coming. The sinkhole that changed everything. On Valentine's Day, 1981, something terrifying happened. A 12-year-old boy named Todd Domboski was playing in his backyard. Suddenly, the ground beneath him split open like a mouth. A sinkhole, 150 feet deep, swallowed him. Hot, poisonous steam shot upward as Todd clung to a root, screaming for help. His cousin managed to pull him out, but what shocked rescuers wasn't the hole. It was what they measured inside it. The temperature, over 300 degrees Fahrenheit, or 150 degrees Celsius. Carbon monoxide levels, instantly lethal. The mine fire had reached the surface. Centralia was dying. Scientists finally told the truth. After the sinkhole incident, the U.S. Bureau of Mines arrived with new equipment. They mapped the fire. They analyzed the soil. They measured the gas. What they reported stunned the country. The underground fire wasn't just beneath Centralia. It stretched 8 miles long and burned at temperatures hotter than a furnace. It was feeding on a virtually endless coal seam formed 250 million years ago. In simple words, there was no way to put it out. The fire could burn for another 250 years. Centralia wasn't just endangered. It was doomed. The government's final decision. In 1983, after 2 decades of debate and failed attempts to stop the fire, the U.S. government made a drastic decision: buy out the entire town and evacuate everyone. Families who had lived on Main Street for generations were forced to leave. Schools shut down, churches closed, homes were bulldozed one by one. But some residents refused. A handful of people, proud, stubborn, and deeply attached to their ancestral land, stayed. They fought in court for years and finally won the right to remain until they died. Today, fewer than 5 residents remain. Centralia's zip code was erased. Its homes are gone. Its streets lead nowhere. smoke still rises from cracks in the earth. It is one of the strangest ghost towns in modern American history. But here's the most astonishing part. Long before the fire, in 1890, a miner named Basil O'Connor wrote in his journal that the mines beneath Centralia would one day become a labyrinth of burning stone, like the gates of hell. People laughed at him at the time, but today, the place he described is real. Locals even call the old highway near the town the highway to hell because smoke seeps through the cracks and the road is warped by heat from below. A town that lives on only in memory. Centralia is more than a tragedy. It's a warning. A reminder that sometimes the smallest actions, a spark, a mistake, a trash fire, can alter history for generations. A place where the ground is warm even in winter, trees grow without leaves, snow melts in strange patterns, wildflowers bloom out of season. Smoke creeps from the earth like breath from a sleeping giant. A real town that vanished not because of war, disease, or disaster, but because the ground beneath it caught fire and never stopped burning.